In this lesson, we're going to look again at finding the equation of a straight line from two given points where the y-intercept is not provided. This time we're going to look at what happens if only the coordinates are given, and I'm also going to show you how to use your CAS calculator to do this. Here's our question. What's the equation of a straight line that goes through the coordinates -1, 10 and 4, -5? The first thing I would do is to sketch the situation, rather than use formula. Okay, so now let's look at the gradient. So the gradient here is negative because it's going down to the right, so we make that decision first. Now let's draw our right angle triangle between the two known points. So here's our right angle triangle, and the vertical distance, the difference between the y values 10 and -5. Well, this distance to here is 10, and this distance from 0 to -5 is 5. So 10 plus 5 is 15. Looking at the horizontal distance now from -1 all the way to 4, from -1 to 0 is 1, from 0 to 4 is 4, so 1 plus 4 is 5. So the gradient is 15 over 5 for its size. Now we simplify that, 5 goes into 15 3 times, so the gradient is -3. So far we know that y equals y equals a plus bx. So we don't know what a is, the y-intercept yet, but we've just figured out b, so we know half our answer. Now I substitute one of our known points. And again, I'm just going to put x and y to make sure I substitute the right value above those points. So when y is 10, 3 times, replace x with -1, and take my working out to up here, so 10 equals a. -3 times -1, a negative times a negative is a positive, so that gives us +3, and I change the side and change the sign to get a by itself, and so we can see that a is equal to 7. And so the rule of this straight line is y equals 7 take 3x. Now I want to show you what buttons to press on your CAS. Alright, so there's your CAS, and we want to go to the home screen and select a spreadsheet. And our first column is going to be our x values, so we'll put x up there, and our second column is going to be our y values, so I'm going to use y up there. Okay, now the point that we chose, the x value was -1, we didn't choose it, we were given it, and y was 10, so we typed that in the first row, and the second coordinate was 4 and -5. Then we go back to the home screen, and this time we select that data and statistics function and click on that variable. We want the x variable along the horizontal axis, and click here, and we want the y variable on the vertical axis, and that plots our 2 points. Now we press menu again and choose analyze, regression, and we want this. That's the model we're using, so y equals a plus bx, and it's on the line. Just grab it and move it up, and you can see that's our answer. Now you'll notice the calculator has some restrictions. Our answer was y equals 7 minus 3x. Now it's got a plus minus together. When a plus and minus are together, it becomes a minus, so we've confirmed our method using our calculator. Now if you've got a lot of these problems, we can actually save ourselves a bit of time. Let's do another problem. So we're going to change the coordinates, and we can do that by just going back to the previous screen on our calculator. So blue shift takes us back to that first screen. I'm going to put a new point in, the point 3 and 6. and a new second point, -1 and 10. Now that'll automatically change everything we've done. So if we now go ahead one screen, blue, and then sideways, you can see it's updated our equation and replotted the points. So the answer to this new problem is y equals 9. Now we've got that plus minus again, and when a plus and a minus together, we replace it with a minus. So our answer is y equals 9 minus 1x. Now we don't need to write the 1, so y equals 9 minus x. Let's just confirm that using our by hand method. Let's just see how this works with our by hand method. I've already sketched the 2 points on the graph for us, so we need to put our gradient triangle in between our 2 known points. And our gradient is negative because it's going down to the right. So the vertical distance here, the difference between the y values of 10 and 6 is 4 units. And the horizontal distance between -1 and 0 is 1, and we've got another 3 to go, so 1 plus 3 is 4. We're only worried about distance, so the vertical distance of 4 over the horizontal distance of 4 simplifies to a size of 1, and the gradient is -1. And we know y equals a plus bx, so we know half the answer straight away, and we're going to substitute one of our points. I'm going to choose 3, 6. I'm going to substitute 3, 6 into the rule. Once again, I just want to make sure I don't muck that up. X is 3, Y is 6. So I'm going to replace the Y with a 6 and replace the X with a 3. So I'm left with 6 equals A minus 3, and change the side, change the sign. So if I move that -3 over, it becomes a +3, and so A is equal to 9. And so the rule which confirms my answer on CAS is 9 minus 1x, and I don't need to write that 1 in there, so that's the answer. So that's how you use your CAS.